New baby trees. You having fun, Miki? Hi, Tinker. Hello, my name is Kait and welcome to Habits of a Modern Hippie. I figured I would do a vlog today because while it is absolutely beautiful and supposed to get into the mid-90s today, it is supposed to snow tonight. Welcome to Denver, Colorado. So I will show you how I'm getting the chickens ready, how I'm getting my garden ready, etc., seeing how much we can actually save from the garden before we get 3 days of snow. But to start off everything, I almost had a heart attack this morning. I walked out and I've got an automated coop door, so the chickens usually are out of their coop before I'm awake. But I came out and I only had 9 out of my 10 chickens. And I was like, what is going on? Scoured the yard, figured she was laying somewhere, but she's one of the babies. Oh no, she somehow made her way into underneath the chicken coop. Scared the absolute crap out of me because I thought you were missing. Yeah. Anyhow, now that I have found her, it is time to start the get ready for this weird freak snowstorm in the beginning of September. So let's go. You little brat, I just had to dig a hole to get you out. I dig a hole, hole. Go ahead. Bye. Yeah, don't scare me again, please. So I just had to dig a hole from the opposite side and we've got a little baby egg, but I had to dig a hole here and the other side. Tinkerbell, what a little brat, huh? So now that I am thoroughly those are toes, they're not for eating, you little goober. Anyhow, before the snow comes, I thought I would take you on a garden tour of what it looks like now because it is not gonna look like this tomorrow, unfortunately. But yes, these are the volunteer squash, and what's crazy right now is because it was raining ash last night, this is all ash on top of these leaves. That's insane from the fires here in Colorado. But I'm gonna have to go in and pick all of these guys, at least the ones that are ready. I'm gonna see if I can maybe save some of the smaller ones and leave them be. Hi, chickadees. But there are plenty in there, as you can see. Hi, ladies. Then my garden. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. This is fall citronella. God, there's ash on everything. But this, and then the hops were finally starting to grow, and I highly doubt that they will survive this frost. Hey, Miki, what are you doing? How are you doing? You are supposed to be being a good girl and not digging because you've got stitches. But yes, and sage back there. Let's go ahead and come in. So we'll start over here. We've got mint and potatoes. I think I'm gonna be able to bring these potato bags in. They're gonna be super heavy, so I think I'll have Em help me. My sunflowers didn't bloom. I don't know if they'll survive, and it's super hot out right now, so these are super wilty, but there are beans in there, and then once again, more squash, and there are radishes down here as well, and I think I'm gonna pull a bunch of those. This guy needs to come out anyway because it has been dying for a while, but I need to harvest all of these cucumbers. And then we've got a bunch of eggplants here that I'll bring in. These, unfortunately, are tomatillos, and I highly doubt that they are gonna survive the next couple of days with how cold it's gonna be. And then this is my tomato / pepper row. One of the things that I'm definitely ripping out is all of this basil. I'm gonna make some pesto. I'll probably have that recipe up on the blog by the time you see this. So I've got all of that basil. There's another huge basil plant over here and a basil plant over here. And we've got some peppers. I'm gonna cover these plants tonight and hopefully save some because there's so many little baby peppers getting ready to go, and I'll harvest all the orange ones in there. But hopefully some of these will ripen throughout the day, but I'm gonna have to pick most of these. I've been told that if you clip off the actual like vine, that they'll continue to ripen in the house, so hopefully that will be the case, but who knows. Hi Ellie, what are you doing? Cutie pie. And then all the squash. These plants are so big that I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover them all. I am going to pull out my hail guard, so hopefully that will keep some of the snow off of them. But like, those are pumpkins and they are not ready to go yet. And I do have a rogue zucchini in here, so that will have to be picked because that will not survive the frost at all. And then all of these are coming inside today, which is nice because they're all in planters and the eggplants can come in too. I can't get over how ridiculous all this ash is. Wow. But yes, so we'll see what we can save, but it is not gonna look this lovely tomorrow. So when it comes to chickens, obviously they are super well insulated unless you have like the silkies or the frizzles, that their feathers don't lay correctly and so they're not as insulated. But the big thing is we want to avoid frostbite, and that is where ventilation comes into play. So obviously I have a ton in the summer, but because it's going to be frozen, I actually have this panel that I screw into the top that still has ventilation, but doesn't have wind that's coming in. So ventilation is really important because you want to make sure that moisture can escape. So when I cleaned the inside of this, I didn't use any water today. I just changed out the shavings, changed out the nesting boxes, things like that, because I didn't want any excess moisture in there, and that can come from their feces, etc. So you want to make sure that you get all of that out before it gets really cold. So I went ahead and screwed this panel in. So this isn't going to move, and it is flush with the sides, so there's not going to be any draft in there, but there is still ventilation underneath the eaves, around the entire coop, and this door shuts and the panel shut as well. So anything like their breath or when they go to the bathroom will escape through all of that ventilation in the sides. And the other thing I'm gonna do to make sure that they are super safe, obviously it is 2:14 p.m. right now, is to reprogram this so this will not open in the morning, and make sure that I can do it manually just in case there's too much snow or anything like that, so I can make sure that I have control over whether or not the chickens go out and not this machine. I just had to brush all of the ash off this. I haven't gotten it all off yet. But with 50-mile-an-hour winds coming in, this guy is gonna turn into a sail. My houseplant jungle turned into an edible jungle. What do you think? You are not supposed to be digging. Hello. But yes, this looks really funny. Look at all these fun peppers. Yay. Hey, little garden helper. How you doing? We got a basket full of stuff? Yeah? You're very cute. Look at this bounty. The sheer amount of basil I have is absurd. I cannot wait to use it. But, oof, so much stuff. So I look like a giant mess, and this is my third outfit of the day because I started out in a sweater and then went to a t-shirt and then exploded a coffee all over my t-shirt. So now, outfit number 3. Anyhow, I am currently harvesting this geranium citronella. I am not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to do some research tonight. I asked on my Instagram what you guys would do with it, and there have been some cool answers, so we'll see, but this will absolutely not make it through the frost. So I've got the plants all wrapped up. My hail cloth for the snow is coming on top too, so we're getting there. It's actually not as bad as we thought it was going to be. It is still snowing a little bit, if you can see, but the hops seem to be doing okay, which is ideal. And most of the snow has already melted off the, whatever this is. Wow, my brain's not on. The shade cloth. All of the squash under here is actually looking amazing, which is great. The sunflowers are being dumb and starting to open. Hey, Fuzz Buckets. Hello. What did you do to your head? And it looks like nothing moved in like the 40-mile-an-hour winds we got, so we might have some luck here. That will be very exciting. So current status, these guys not so much. Oof. Snow and sunflowers. Everything over here looks fine, and the hops surprisingly are doing all right, but it's very snowy. I just put a stick underneath here because the snow is getting a little bit heavy. Woof. So this in the first week of September is why I did everything I did yesterday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get out of this snow now. But if you liked it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Bye. So, some of this stuff is looking good. The cucumbers look really angry. But the tomatillos still have their flowers. I'm letting all of this dry. And unfortunately, that got full broke, so I have to redo that. The tomatoes are good. A lot of the blooms or the blossoms on them died, but they look pretty nice. And some of them broke over, but it's not like the end of the world. So those look great. The squash look eh. But I am pulling out all of my herbs now. So, and all of this is drying that I kept the plants warm with. But yay! Not as bad as I thought it would be. Georgia. Excuse me, I'm bringing these back outside and you cannot have them. Not any of you ladies too. Get out. You silly, silly chickens. Beep, beep.